Hi guys, welcome back.
It's good to have you back again.
In case you're new here, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're Avery Street Design Studio.
That's right. This video is going to be a midweek release. We're going to do, it's in addition to the
Sunday at 10 a.m. video.
We're going to make a pallet wood, shabby chic, cottage core, all that coffee table.
Yeah.
You guys know what it is.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's heavily distressed. Just really cool.
Probably going to do like 3 colors. Just a rustic coffee table.
Yeah.
You know, you can make all the projects we make, the small ones that sell really well, but we also want to show you larger projects that you can do for free.
Yeah, and then you can sell on your Etsy shop or wherever, because they're made to where the legs come off and can lay inside the upside down coffee table for shipping. So basically you're just shipping, you know, the size of the actual tabletop.
Right. This is just another idea to give you guys to make some money, low cost, high profit type project.
And, you know, finish it however you want. There's all kinds of different ways to stain or paint, or stain and then paint over the stain with Vaseline, all those things, or wax. You can even use candle wax. Stain it, put candle wax on, paint over it, and then it'll just rub off wherever the wax was. So maybe we'll show you guys that technique one of these days.
Yep. So this is one. Take it, use it, make some money on it.
Yeah.
Yep. We're happy to show you how to do it.
So stick around to the end, and we'll show you the finished product with all the measurements and what we sell it for.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started.
Okay.
So this project isn't going to be zero cost. There's going to be a little bit of cost involved. We found these little finials for, they go on top of posts on a deck. They're really cool. We thought these would be awesome feet for a coffee table. They're like $3.60 something a piece at Home Depot. I got, with everything involved, I got 4 of them for $16. Not bad. In addition to that, we're going to use a couple 2x6s, which it was $6, so not a ton of cost in it, but there will be some. We should start by taking out the screw that's already put into the finial. And you don't have to use these. We just thought they'd be cool on a coffee table. You can do straight legs or whatever you want. And these just unscrew real easy. So now that we've got the screws out of them, we're going to start by milling the wood for the legs. I've got some old 4x4 redwood posts we're going to use. We make the legs are going to be about 16 inches tall. So we're going to find the difference between the top of this and 16, and that's how long the rest of the leg is going to be. So these are the posts I was telling you about we're going to use for the legs. You can either buy these, or if you can find them, or you can glue up 2x4s together off pallets. The finish dimension is going to be about 2.5 by 2.5. These are 3.5 by 3.5. So we're going to have to make them a little smaller. These are going to be 9 inches to make up the top part of the leg. And if you do use this kind of wood, beware of big knots, because that'll tear out the entire side of the board if you run it through a planer. And you can see the top parts of the legs that we ran fit on top of the little finial things. We're going to glue and staple them together. Super simple. All right, now we're going to cut the 2x6s to make the apron of the table. While we're here, we are going to take a piece of the 2x6 scrap and cut another strip the same width as those, because we're going to make corner blocks to screw the legs to. So now we're going to notch out the top of the leg so it will fit inside of the corner piece. So I just line up the end of the table skirt and the side of the table skirt and just mark on the legs where those line up. And you see my marks. This is the gap we're going to cut out. So just mark it. This is the part we're going to cut out. So I'll do that on all four legs. So we're going to start by tilting the table of the bandsaw to 45 degrees. Line up the blade with this line because this is the part we're going to take off. So we have this little piece here that's left that we need to get rid of. And I'm just going to take my pole saw and just real quick cut it out of there. There you go. So you can see we've got the corner piece cut. It just fits right in there. Everything held together. The screws will pull the legs in closer, which will put pressure on the corner piece, holding it into place when it's glued. So we're just going to go ahead and glue it. And put some of these really long staples in to hold it in place. And when I'm doing this, I try to pair every corner with each leg, so I just write a little A on there and A on the leg. That way we know those two fit together perfect. Something I like to do is put a long finish nail on the outside of the apron into this corner piece, just for a little more stability. Now we're going to mark the spots for the holes we're going to drill for the screws to hold the legs on. So I just measure the length of the corner piece and divide that in half. I get my straight edge and draw a line. Now these are 2 5/8 tall. I usually go about 3/4 up from the bottom and 3/4 down from the top. And that's where our holes are going to be that we drill. Now I'm going to take some 3-inch screws and a washer and just screw the parts together. So this is where the pallet wood mostly comes in. We're going to do 22-inch long pieces across the top. So we've got all of our parts cut for the top, and all of the overhangs is going to be 1 inch. So 1 inch from the end to the end of the board, 1 inch from the side of the apron to the edge of the board. So I get one started and line up the next one with it, and then I come back and glue and nail the end one on, and I mark that so I know where it is. Now the table's put together, we're going to come back and fill all the staple holes and all the nail holes from the pallet wood. Alright, we got the table built, all the nail holes filled. We're just going to do some sanding and then paint it, and that'll be it for this one. Now's a good time to tell you guys about a fantastic company that makes amazing sandpaper. Name of the company is Serious Grit. They sent me some of these to work with, and I've been using them for a little while, and they are amazing. These things last at least 5 to 7 times longer than regular store-bought sanding discs. You can see I've been using this one for about 2.5 hours compared to 45 minutes with the name brand. There's no comparison. They're the best thing I've ever used. You can save 10% by using the code right here at the bottom of the screen. I'll put the link to their shop in the description of the video. So, Serious Grit, you guys need to really check them out. They're definitely worth the money. And we don't promote just anything on our channel. If it's something we don't believe in, we won't advertise for it. So, I stand behind these sanding discs. Anything they've got, 100%, or I wouldn't be saying it. Alright, it's time to paint this thing. So, we're going to do like 3 colors. We're going to do a kind of a blue turquoise-ish with yellow, and then white over the top of it, and we're going to distress the you-know-what out of it. So, let's see how this goes. Not really any set way to do this. We're just gonna put some here, put some there, and then when the white covers it, it'll all be kind of brought together. That makes sense? Oh yeah, we just saw something called Grandpa Core. Have you guys heard anything about that? It's weird. I don't know what it is really. It's basically people that dress like Kurt Cobain. So if you're into 90s grunge and you're a grandfather, this is for you. Weird. Check it out. Yeah, check it out. It's a category on Etsy, so if you guys are into that kind of thing, check it out. You might be missing out. Flip it over and we'll just do the top. Not so much coverage on the colors, just a little bit. Okay, the paint is dry, and now we're going to distress it. Basically, we're going to sand through the white so the colors come out. There's no exact way to do this, just until I think it looks good, and then we'll put the clear coat on it and it'll be done. So all that's left is to put the clear coat on the table. I use just regular lacquer sealer because it's what we have. It works really well over distress. It's quick and easy for me to spray it. You can use water-based stuff like the polyacrylic or oil-based polyurethane, or nothing at all if you want to just leave it the way it is. It looks good like that too. So I'm going to spray the sealer and we'll be done. We figured you guys would like to see how we pack this stuff to ship it. All of our coffee tables are made to come apart. I stamp all the corners to the legs to match, so it's easy for the people to put them together when they get it. This particular table is going to Boca Raton in Florida. Pretty simple. You just take the legs off. I wrap the legs. And I cut these little pieces of 4x4 block to set in there while I wrap the table, so this little piece on the end can't be knocked off in shipping because they're super brutal with the way they handle everything. Kind of like a Subway sandwich. The way I make the legs stay in the table is I have like a 5-inch piece of cardboard, and I just make a strap out of the cardboard. Because it's going to get shrink wrapped anyway, and that'll help hold it in place. Put our corner blocks in. Flip it over and I put some paper over the top of it. And wrap it. And here's a clever invention I have. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done it, but I take the same 5-inch piece of cardboard. It's the length of a 4x8 piece of cardboard, and I wrap the corners to protect them. And I put one in the middle. You have to really come up with creative ways to wrap your tables at the same time keep the size down, because 1 inch on any direction can mean the difference between $50 and $200 sometimes. And then I usually take a slim piece of the same stuff and just put one over the end to help protect the very end of it. This is the exact size of the table. There's no room for anything else in there. And that's that, y'all.
Well,
And throw some fragile stickers on it.
or fragile.
Fragile, if you're going to Italy.
I like to put one really on each side. I don't know. I don't know if this sticker says be rougher with me or
Yeah.
be careful, but we always get insurance on our coffee tables when we ship them.
Yep, I highly recommend insurance.
We've had too many damaged.
Yep. They want you to pack it with all this extra stuff, but the extra stuff means it costs more to ship, so what do you do?
And I like to add a little thank you sticker onto the packing envelope. I bought those on Temu. I think I got like 6 rolls of them for $2 and something cents. But little added touches like that make a difference. People
Yeah,
like, oh, thank you for your purchase.
that's right.
You know, I do when I get stuff in the mail. And when something's packed nice and pretty. If it's little things, you know, using tissue paper or putting a little thank you card inside for Etsy, those kind of things really matter on there.
So that's that with the table packed from start to finish into the box. I'll put a picture of the table at the end of the video as always.
And the measurements.
And the measurements. If you guys have any questions about the packing process or shipping or any of that, please reach out. We'd be happy to answer them. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.